Namaskar, Khushro Bidya, myself JVN Dr. Pramila Kazla, Assistant Professor in Department of Physiology and Biochemistry, Faculty of Homeopathic Science from Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University. Today's our topic is hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is defined as the excess loss of blood due to rupture of blood vessels. Type and cause of hemorrhage. Hemorrhage occurs due to various reasons. Based on cause, hemorrhage is classified into 5 categories. Accidental hemorrhage. Accidental hemorrhage occurs in road accident and industrial accidents, which are very common in developed and developing countries. Accidental hemorrhage is of two types: primary hemorrhage, which occurs immediately after the accident, and secondary hemorrhage, which take place sometime about few hours after the accident. Second one is capillary hemorrhage. Capillary hemorrhage is the bleeding due to rupture of blood vessels, particularly capillaries. It is very common in blood. Blood hemorrhage is also called cerebral hemorrhage and heart during cardiovascular disease. The rupture of capillaries followed by spilling of blood into the surrounding areas. Internal hemorrhage. Internal hemorrhage is the bleeding in viscera. It is caused by rupture of blood vessels in the viscera. The blood accumulates in viscera. Postpartum hemorrhage, excess bleeding that occurs immediately after labor delivery of baby is called postpartum hemorrhage. In some cases, it is very severe and leads to major complications. Hemorrhage due to premature detachment of placenta. In some cases, the placenta is detached from the uterus of mother before the due date of delivery, causing severe hemorrhage. Now, there is another category: acute hemorrhage and chronic hemorrhage. Acute hemorrhage is the sudden loss of large quantity of blood. It occurs in conditions like accident. Decreased blood vessels in acute hemorrhage causes hypovolemic shock. Chronic hemorrhage is the loss of blood either by internal or by external bleeding over a long period of time. Internal bleeding occurs in conditions like ulcer. External bleeding occurs in conditions like hemophilia and excess vaginal bleeding, which is also called menorrhagia. Excess vaginal bleeding is called menorrhagia. Chronic hemorrhage produce different type of effects such as anemia. Immediate compensatory effect of hemorrhage on cardiovascular system: reduced blood volume after hemorrhage decreases venous return, ventricular filling, and cardiac output. In severe hemorrhage, there is fall in blood pressure also. However, when blood loss is slow or less, the arterial blood pressure is not affected much. If it is affected, it is restored quickly. On skin, vasoconstriction in skin, which occurs after hemorrhage, decreases the cutaneous blood flow. It increases the deoxygenation of blood, and large quantity of reduced hemoglobin is accumulated in cutaneous blood vessels. It results in grayish paler color of skin. Sometimes cyanosis develop in certain areas of body. Skin also become cold due to less blood flow. Sweating is decreased. On tissue fluid, arterial constriction decrease the capillary pressure. Therefore, the tissue fluid enter capillaries. It helps to compensate the blood loss. It also causes hemodilution. On kidneys, constriction of an afferent and efferent arterioles of kidney after hemorrhage decreases the GFR very much. Therefore, the urinary output decrease, the blood level of nitrogenous substance, particularly urea, increase, resulting in uremia. Severe hemorrhage leads to fall in arterial blood pressure and damage of renal tubules, resulting in acute renal failure. On renin secretion, hypoxia produced after blood loss, increased secretion of renin from kidney, and the subsequent formation of angiotensin II. Angiotensin II help in restoring blood pressure by producing generalized vasoconstriction. It also increases release of aldosterone from adrenal cortex. Aldosterone causes retention of sodium and this helps increasing the blood pressure. Angiotensin third and fourth are also involved in restoring the blood pressure. On secretion of antidiuretic hormone, ADH is released in large quantity immediately after the hemorrhage. It is probably due to increased osmolality of blood flow fluid by aldosterone induced sodium retention. ADH promotes water retention and help in restoring osmolality and volume of ECF. On secretion of catecholamines, sympathetic activity increase due to blood loss. It causes secretion of large quantity of catecholamines, which are also involved in restoring blood vessels pressure by vasoconstrictor effect. On respiration, hemorrhage causes stagnant hypoxia because of decrease in venous return, cardiac output, and velocity of blood flow. Hypoxia stimulates the chemoreceptors, leading to increase in respiratory rate. The catecholamines, which are secreted in large quantity due to hemorrhage, increase the respiratory movement through reticular activating system, that is RAS. On nervous system, on brain, though hemorrhage causes vasoconstriction in many organs of body, it causes vasodilatation in brain. It is because of increased sympathetic activity. However, the blood flow to brain is not affected very much after hemorrhage because of autoregulation. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please comment, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.